Hi everybody and welcome to a special edition of Heel Heat. This is our holiday / end of the year award show. My name is George Coles. This is my tag team partner, Jay Uso.
Thanks Jimmy. Gary Rhodes, everybody.
And before we get into the awards, we want to send out a happy holidays to all our friends out there, some of them specifically, the Mass Tweeter.
Warren Rowe Web Design. Spit that out twice, huh?
Paul and Lou over at the Deadly Sins and everybody involved with the Deadly Sins. Also, all the rest of you guys that comment on our show and like and watch our show. We want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you want to celebrate. Have a happy holiday season. We thank you for all your support on our first year of the show, and we're happy you stuck with us so far. And going from that, I'll go ahead and let you give the first award out, GR.
Well, the first award's going to go to the most improved wrestler this year, and that's going to be Alberto Del Rio. Now, beginning of the year, we were really kind of low on him, and honestly, he was on my overrated list for the longest time, but right now, the guy's a hell of a worker, and he really makes a match go.
Can't disagree with that at all. Alberto Del Rio, closely followed by Sheamus as a runner-up, but Alberto Del Rio definitely deserves the most improved. And I'll go with the next award is for the best talker. Now, this one's a tie. We're giving the best talker to Team Hell No, Kane and Daniel Bryan, just for the interview segments they did earlier in the year with Dr. Shelby and their continued interaction with each other.
They really were the high point of shitty Raw shows.
Yes.
And I really agree. That was the one we came up with on that. The next award is going to go to the Technician of the Year. And it's not a WWE guy. It's Austin Aries over in TNA. This guy here is phenomenal. I love the way this guy has no waste of motion.
We didn't say AJ Styles.
Oh no, he's not even on the list. This guy here, he just, there's no waste of motion with this guy. I love it. There's no boring spots.
Exactly. Austin Aries, he's worked as heel and face during the year, and he's been great at both roles. He's carried the X Division title and the World Heavyweight Championship in TNA, and had some of the most consistently good matches in their company.
Yeah, he should be the face of the company.
Should be. Now, we're going to go with a little bit of a negative one here. The worst wrestler of the year is Jesse from Big Brother.
I liked his showing he had last week with Bully Ray. But other than that, he had a few spots with Eric Young that were good, but the guy wasn't ready to be on TV. Plus, he wasn't a big enough celebrity to be, pushed as a celebrity.
I definitely agree. I think Jesse, he's a guy that needs a little bit more seasoning before he comes something even better. Some more time in OVW wouldn't hurt for the guy.
All right. Now we're going to go back to a positive note. The best tag team of the year. And this one here, we both were very high on these guys. Kaz and Daniels. These guys really are out to impress. The matches they put on are 5-star matches.
Oh, yeah.
And the best thing about them is they wrestle in Zubats. You can't beat that.
I can't really argue with that. Either as a tag team or as singles wrestlers, both the guys give their best effort at every single match. For guys that are veterans like they are, they seem to be improving every week, which I really enjoy. I think they're the best tag team in all of wrestling right now.
Oh, yeah.
With the exception maybe being the Briscoe brothers are a close second.
Those would be some good matches.
Exactly, if they ever met. Now, the next award is going to be for the biggest shocker of the year. And in our opinion, the biggest shocker was Sheamus beating Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania in 18 seconds. We went to WrestleMania Live this year, another thing we've knocked off our bucket list, and the vibe and the push for Daniel Bryan and the support of Daniel Bryan was happening 6 hours beforehand in the parking lot. People were chanting for him. And everybody was chanting for him. He had one of the biggest pops of the night when he came out, and then as soon as he lost, the bullshit chant came out, everything,
For like the next 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah, and they were cheering for Daniel Bryan even the next 3-4 matches as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the biggest shocker in my opinion, just because they buried a guy like Daniel Bryan, who's one of the better guys in the business.
All right. Well, we're not talking about guys right now. We're going to talk about the women's wrestler of the year, be it Diva or Knockout, and actually it was a Knockout this year. Tara. She's been around for a long time. She's consistent with the decent amount of matches. The quality of matches she puts on are usually very high. We've been hard on her lately because really she's been letting her
in-ring ability.
Exactly, her in-ring ability go. But she's still better than everybody else right now.
Exactly. I can't disagree with that. She's a tremendous worker, has been for a long time, very much deserving of this award. And speaking of a guy that's deserving of our award, the next award is for Best Angle of the Year. And this is going to be the first one that goes to an indie wrestler. Well, if you consider Ring of Honor an indie. Kevin Steen's world title run. It's been totally the best thing that Ring of Honor's put out since the Age of the Fall was there. It's absolutely, every time I put on Ring of Honor, either their TV show or one of their DVDs or anything, it's the most interesting thing about the show. Kevin Steen is absolutely tremendous. He is one of the greatest wrestlers in all of the business right now. The guy is absolute money, and he's absolutely interesting.
And you know, I was not really into Ring of Honor. I mean, if you watch some of our earlier shows, George would do all the talking about Ring of Honor. Kevin Steen is making me want to watch that show. That's how good I think he is. If he was on TNA or if Vince ever hired him, I honestly think the sky's the limit for that kid.
Yeah, exactly. And his angle, the anti-hero of Ring of Honor, is great, and I absolutely love it.
Well, now we're going from a positive note to a somber note. The worst angle of the year. And of course, everybody's going to know this one, the Claire Lynch angle with AJ Styles. This was garbage. This was the waste of my life that I'll never get back.
No, it was absolutely terrible. The girl that they hired to act as Claire Lynch could not act worth a shit. AJ Styles and Dixie Carter didn't do much better themselves. The only saving grace in the whole thing was that Kaz and Daniels were regularly funny during the segments, but the segment itself was an embarrassment. It's like something that you bring up a lot. It's if you're watching wrestling with a non-wrestling fan, you'd be embarrassed when this came up.
That's true.
And this is the most embarrassing thing I could think of the year. Now, speaking of embarrassment, going from embarrassing to something pretty positive, the best rivalry of the year. And this is going to be a little bit of a shocker to some people because one of the guys in it, we don't really talk well about that often, but it was the best rivalry on any show. John Cena versus CM Punk. The matches that they had this year, John Cena looked absolutely great, which he hardly ever does. CM Punk is on the top of his game, and they've had a tremendous rivalry throughout the year, put on some great matches with each other, and it's one that's actually brought some more interest back to wrestling.
Well, that's it too. Is Hulk Cena looks at CM Punk as a threat.
Hulk Cena?
Exactly. Because I mean that's how he is. He's the baby face. He sees CM Punk as a threat because CM Punk is the personification of the Attitude Era. He is the new Attitude. I'm telling you like this: the guy's going to be the top star soon. I mean, he's going to be the face of the company. He has to be. And John Cena has stepped up his game in the ring to try to combat it to keep his spot.
Exactly. And it's a great rivalry, one that's going to be talked about, I think, in the annals of history as one of the great rivalries, along the lines of Savage Steamboat, Flair Steamboat, you know, rivalries like this that we're going to look back 10, 15 years from now and say, wow, that was amazing. Rock Austin, you know, rivalries like that. It's going to rank right up there with that.
Now, from the rivalry of the year, we're into the match of the year. It's going to be CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan at Over the Limit. The best match I've seen in years.
What can you say about either one of these guys? These are the two absolute best wrestlers on the WWE roster.
I don't think just their roster. I think in the
world.
I mean, when he says best in the world, both of them have said it. I think it's both. They are, man.
I mean, it was an absolutely phenomenal match. A straightforward, hard-hitting, old-school, just good match.
Oh, the moves they hit out of nowhere. It was just. We were talking about Rob Van Dam used to make it look like he'd hit his moves out of nowhere. That's how these two made it look.
You know, when wrestling is at its absolute best, it's almost like ballet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not saying it's the same thing, but you know, ballet, it's such a fluid motion. You don't ever see the thought process in their heads. And you could not see the thought process. You were taken out of this match as a sports entertainment and brought into it as a real happening. And now, coming off of that, a couple days ago, we put on our Facebook page, let you guys vote on this, the viewer's choice for Best Wrestler of the Year. And again, it's a guy that's won several awards already, CM Punk. What can you say about the guy? I mean, the guy is what he is. He's absolutely great. And in this year, he's carried the belt for the longest reign in 25 years, been on the top of the card, put on some phenomenal matches, did some phenomenal angles, turned face to heel during the year, and continued with the belt, which is hard to do.
And the thing is, he didn't let things get to him. Like when they'd have the main event after his title match.
Exactly.
Cena versus Big Show shouldn't have been a main event at, I can't remember, was it Over the Limit?
It was Over the Limit.
That shouldn't have been it. That should have been him and Bryan.
Exactly.
And they stole the show. And I always liked what he said in an interview one time. What was it, Jerry Lee Lewis said?
Yes. You don't want to ever follow the killer.
And you don't, man. I'm telling you. If I was Cena, I wouldn't want to follow him.
And before we get on to our best wrestler of the year, since this is our holiday / end of the year award show, we're going to do a little something different here. Gary, I got you a present.
I got you something too, son.
I'll go ahead and let you open yours first.
All right. Let's see there. Got a little Santa tears on there.
At least I got what? Well, I'm going to open mine since mine's pretty much easier. Gary got me Yokozuna. Thank you very much. I appreciate the hell out of that. Yokozuna, if you've watched, he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I think one of the greatest big men of all time.
Yes, I remember. And this is so true. I do dig crazy chicks.
I got you the CM Punk I Dig Crazy Chick shirt.
I like it. Thank you, man. I've been really wanting this one.
Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate the gift. Yokozuna, again, one of my favorites. He's going to go right up there with my others, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Mick Foley.
You're going to do the bonsai drop on CM Punk when you get back there, aren't you?
Probably.
I figured.
Now, coming off of that, our Wrestler of the Year, drum roll.
That's as good as I get.
If you've been watching the show any, you know who it's going to be already. CM Punk. He's pretty much swept the awards from here out. I mean, what can you say about the guy this year? You can't, everything that there is to do in wrestling he did this year, with the exception of headlining WrestleMania, which he'll probably do this year.
Exactly. The guy is, I mean, the only person I could think that would have been anywhere close to having as good a year as him was Antonio Cesaro. I'm really high on him, but Punk is, I mean, he's
a different level.
Well, exactly. He's leaps and bounds ahead of him. I think maybe by this time next year we might be saying Cesaro.
Or even Kevin Steen.
I wish he'd go to the Big Show, man. Or not Paul White, but you know what I'm saying.
But you know, that's pretty much what we got to say about our awards. Again, happy holidays to all you guys that watch our show, that like what we do, that appreciate this. We do this for you guys. We do this for us. We do it for you. We do it for The Rock.
I did it for the people. I do it for The Rock.
I knew you would get that.
Come on, man. Who are you talking
But again, we want to wish happy holidays to some of you guys. Again, some of our biggest supporters, Warren Rowe over at Rowe Web Designs.
You messed up saying it too.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Bumper baby buggy bumpers. There you go.
The guys over at the Deadly Sins, Paul and Lou specifically,
Masked Tweeter.
Also Sant, Masked Tweeter, all the guys everybody that's commented on our videos, that's watched our videos, whether you commented you liked us or you commented you hated us, you've helped us out a lot, because we do read the negative comments too, and we try to work out the negatives and make this a positive show for not only us but you guys as well.
Well, if you don't believe that, watch our first show.
Our show was terrible.
I got so many views.
But you know, and we appreciate every one of you, and we really want to thank you guys for everything you've done for us for this year. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. Have a happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate. Have a safe new year. We're going to do other shows by the end of the year, but we just want to get this out here.
Yeah, we've got 2 weeks left of the year. I don't think anything big's going to happen.
No. Anyway, that's all I got to say about this for our awards/holiday show. My name is George Coles,
I'm Gary Rhodes.
and this has been Heel Heat.